The wrong crowd. In a lively town of River Hill, where traders shouted to attract customers and children played football in the dusty streets, there lived a boy named Jason. He was a good boy, hardworking, respectful, and obedient. His mother, Mrs. Adams, always told him, "My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent." Proverbs 1 verse 10. Jason listened. At least he used to. One afternoon, while returning from school, Jason heard a sharp whistle from behind. He turned and saw Brian, a classmate known for getting into trouble. "Jason, why are you rushing home like an old man?" Brian teased. Jason chuckled. "I'm just tired. It was a long day." "Forget that. Come with us for a little fun," Brian said, nodding towards his friends, Chris and Daniel. Jason hesitated. He knew Brian's group well. They were always looking for shortcuts, always pushing the limits. His mother's words rang in his head, but curiosity pulled him forward. They led him to an alley behind a small supermarket. There, they stood and watched and crouched behind a parked bicycle. "You see this bike? The owner always leaves it here while he goes inside to shop," Brian whispered. "Okay, so?" Jason asked, confused. "We're just going to take it for a little ride down the street and return it before he notices." Chris started laughing. Jason swallowed hard. He knew this was wrong, but what harm could it do? Just a short ride. No one would even know. "Or are you scared?" Daniel taunted. Jason straightened up. He didn't want to be seen as weak. He had never done anything bad before, but this didn't seem like real stealing. "All right, let's do it," he said, trying to sound bold. Just as Jason grabbed the handlebars, a loud voice thundered from behind them. "Thief! Thief! Thief!" A man came running out of the supermarket. Jason panicked. Brian and the others bolted in different directions, leaving him standing there, frozen in fear. Before Jason could explain, a group of people gathered. "He was stealing the bike," someone shouted. "No, I wasn't," Jason tried to say, but no one was listening. Within seconds, hands grabbed him, pulling him roughly. "Call the police!" another voice called out. Jason's heart pounded. His so-called friends had disappeared, leaving him to face the music alone. Minutes later, the supermarket owner arrived. Luckily, he recognized Jason from the neighborhood. "Jason, what are you doing here?" he asked, his voice filled with disappointment. Tears welled up in Jason's eyes. He couldn't believe what had just happened. I, I, I made a mistake," he whispered. The man sighed and turned to the crowd. "Let him go. He's a good boy, but he got caught up with the wrong people." The crowd dispersed, but Jason knew the damage was done. His reputation was ruined. His mother would hear about this. The shame was unbearable. That night, Jason sat in his room, replaying the day's events in his mind. He had ignored his mother's warning, and now he had nearly been arrested for something he never intended to do. When his mother entered, she didn't yell. She simply sat beside him and said, "Now you understand why I warned you." Tears filled Jason's eyes and began to flow. "I'm sorry, Mom. I should have listened." "It's not too late to learn," she said gently. "Choose your friends wisely, because when trouble comes, they won't stand with you." From that day, Jason changed. He distanced himself from Brian and his group and started making better choices. He learned the hard way that one small decision could change everything. The moral of this story is the wrong company can destroy a good reputation. One small bad decision can lead to big consequences. When trouble comes, bad friends will abandon you. God's love gives second chances, but wisdom prevents regret. If you've listened to the story to this point, you are the real MVP. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Bye-bye. See you next time.